in the SOX Compliance Checklist. These are the 7 things that we ask. So review and monitor your access controls. The next thing, somebody had put in a question about automation also. So automation is definitely accepted to a very high level, because then it shows that the systems are very versatile and they can be relied upon also. Manual controls is not that it's prohibited, but showing that they are being done in a consistent manner will be very difficult for you. That is where we say get automation in place wherever possible. Then regularly test your controls, quarterly, half yearly, yearly. Have a proper schedule done in place. Then the risk assessment, then the source of the risk identified, then document the control, and then finally assess the design. So these are the few things. Moving ahead after that, once you assess the design, documented the control, assess the design, then implement the policies and procedures. This is important for installing the updates. Now, we have seen systems where they say that we have got a Windows Live update happening at all times, but then what about your MS Office? What about maybe if you're using VPN, then what about your VPN software updates? So all those things you have to define very clearly, because many a time we see operating system level updates happening, but nothing else happening beyond that. Could be database updates, could be SSH updates, could be platform updates of Apache or Log4j or whatever be the case. Then establish the process for classifying sensitive data. Create the least privilege policy. This is again very, very important for SOX. Least privilege means on a need to know basis only. The question cannot be that, oh, he's been there for a long time. Oh, he's harmless as a kitten, or she's harmless as a kitten. So nothing will happen. They know everything anyway. No, the criterion for giving access cannot be that, oh, what can the person do even if they have access? No. That's not the criterion. The criterion is on a need to know basis only. They can see it only if they need to know it. So monitor and tracking of user behavior that define policies and procedures for breach notification. This thing is there across the board. If you look at most of these requirements, it's across the board. Whether it is SOC 1, SOC 2, GDPR, HIPAA, all these things are across the board. Then finally document the processes and procedures for all these controls that we discussed up over there. Most important, once you've documented the processes and procedures, very important to train your staff and keep records of it. Very important, right? So you can have the best policies, procedures, and whatever documentation data that you can show, but if you do not have it in you to show that your people were also adequately trained, and also maintain and document data of past events, not just for that time, and retain it over a period of time. Then define the process to prevent data loss, and finally maintain a SOX compliance status report. Now, what do I mean by that? This is hear me carefully on this. Many companies, what they do is that they might be having say 200 controls in SOX, in their SOX, or 400 or 500, depending on what they want to do and what they have identified as a control framework under SOX. So they might say that these are very critical controls to be done quarterly. These are critical to be done say half yearly. These are low importance. They'll be going in the yearly audit framework. So, and there could be some that is being done on a daily basis also. It could be say review of your log reports, review of your integrity reports, review of your batch records, review of your backup reports. So SOX compliance report is like a very detailed sheet of what all our activities are to be tested and reviewed, how often and when and by whom, and whether that has been done on a consistent basis.